My name is Davison. The first thing we need to do is play some audio from the mouth of Felix himself, Mr. PewdiePie Supreme Jerk of the internet. Now, the first little bit of this broadcast may mess up, so we are just going to give this a few more seconds before I'm going to play you some audio from a video that Felix uploaded called Don't Start YouTube Before Watching This. This relates to the Demi Lovato controversy. Okay, so we're going to play some audio from PewdiePie himself.
Bad for a lot of big YouTubers. Just imagine what it's like for the small YouTubers that don't make it. I almost think YouTube in a way is an addiction. You get all these numbers that make you feel good, but as soon as they go down, which they will, people just don't know how to handle it. They either get really sad or they could just go crazy. And we really started to see this more and more. People making desperate attempt to maintain an audience, doing crazy things, just anything, just to get more fans, just to stay the way they are. So my tip for anyone that wants to start making YouTube videos is the same boring reply that I've always gave, which is do it because you enjoy making it. Because if you enjoy making them, people will enjoy watching them. And if people don't watch them, then you're at least having fun making them.
Okay, so he basically says that people will do extreme things to maintain their fame and that YouTube is, quote unquote, an addiction. So he knows and is advising against people doing anything to become famous. Yet PewdiePie tweeted during the moment where it was revealed that Demi Lovato was hospitalized for an apparent overdose, a meme that was about Demi Lovato getting heroin. I will read it out to you. I will show it to you guys on the screen. It is. So he's basically a giant hypocrite. He acknowledges that fame is an addiction, yet he is terribly insensitive towards Demi Lovato about her own struggles with addiction. And only that, he says, don't do anything for YouTube fame. Don't be offensive for the sake of fame and to maintain your platform. Yet he did exactly that on his Twitter. Okay, so here we go. Can you see this? Is it reversed for you guys? It says, Mom, can I have some money for food? And then basically the last frame is goes and buys heroin like a boss. So as usual, Felix, okay, I needed to, I feel like I need to get physical with this. Felix, you're always talking about how unhappy you are. You're always talking about how you struggled with depression. You're always talking about how YouTube is too hard on you. The media is too hard on you. Have you ever stopped and considered that the reason why this keeps happening is that you're a fucking jerk? That you end up being unhappy because you behave towards other people in a negative way. If you output negativity, what you get back is negativity. So it's no wonder that you're depressed despite all your success if you don't behave in a way that is sensitive, caring, and kind, and that you're still willing to do whatever it takes and say whatever you want for the sake of fame, views, and clout. PewdiePie, you're so up in your own bullshit. You don't realize that you just spoke about yourself in a vlog saying don't start YouTube until you make it about the creation. You ain't making it about the creation, boy. You're making it about the controversy. And making it about the controversy will make you an unhappy person. Why don't you fucking get this? What you said how you joked about Demi Lovato was inexcusable. I know you apologized. PewDiePie came out with an apology. But it's an empty apology. He's now apologized for saying the N-word, making certain anti-Semitic jokes. He just keeps on having that verbal diarrhea, having those strong controversial opinions. And I fail to see how it is accidental at this point. I think it's intentional. I don't think he's ever truly sorry. He falls into the camp of, I hate to say it, PewDiePie, you're a hell of a lot like fucking Logan Paul. You are just as opportunistic. You are just as unapologetic. And you are just as steeped in your own fucking ego as Logan Paul. You are no better than Logan Paul, PewDiePie. And you need to seriously check yourself because I think YouTube is your addiction. And I think you have a severe case of lack of impulse control if you don't realize what's coming out of your mouth before, or what you're tweeting before it comes out of your mouth or before you tweet it. I think everything you do is entirely premeditated, but it leads you to be miserable. And should you start to be more sensitive and positive, guess what? You're no longer going to be a depressed fucking creator. You built a career on being basically a bit of an asshole. So that's why your life is an asshole to you. And I feel very sorry for Demi Lovato. I think that you shouldn't joke about certain addictions because, especially when you know the person is actively going through that addiction, you know, the whole too soon, because it's trivializing their life or death situation. Demi Lovato didn't choose to become an addict. She took drugs, and drugs at a certain point for certain people take over, and they can no longer escape the cycle of seeking a high. We all know this. So to kick a woman when she's down is an incredibly classless and insensitive move. I don't know what else to say to this. I mean, YouTube still hasn't penalized PewdiePie. YouTube still hasn't fully divorced itself from PewdiePie's bullshit. PewdiePie did do that bullshit on another platform. I mean, YouTube should stand for freedom of speech. However, if there's any doubt in YouTube's mind that Felix is always going to be controversial, this moment should have clarified it. He will always be controversial. He will always be occasionally insensitive. Then he will apologize for it, but he won't mean a damn thing because he'll do it fucking again because it works. It works to be controversial. It works to be insensitive, especially towards younger people who have not yet developed empathy or wisdom. So, hi to the 8 people who are here. I'm talking about the Demi Lovato meme, the insensitive meme that PewdiePie tweeted out that he apologized for, but he's not actually apologetic. He made fun of the fact that she relapsed, and it just shows that he, at his core, is an asshole. There's no other way to describe him. But sure, he's creative. Sure, he can be funny. But at his core, he's an asshole, and that's why he's a miserable fucking human being. PewdiePie's demographic is this pretty much almost the same as Logan Paul's. It's slightly older. So his demographic is between the age, I would say, of 14 and maybe 25, 26. There are certain older people like my age that watch him. And there was a period before he started acting like a big jerk more of the time that I was entertained by him. But now I just see him as kind of an angry guy, an angry, opinionated guy who's depressive. And the way that he analyzes other people is the way that he treats himself, which is why he's so fucking miserable. And kicking an addict when they're down is unacceptable. But he doesn't care because he's still famous. Okay, guys, that's it. He's a hypocrite. Yeah, that's what I had said earlier in the broadcast. If you watch this back, you'll see. So I'm sorry for you, Demi. I hope you get treatment. I hope it works this time. I hope you do not end up succumbing to your addiction. I know how hard it is to overcome addictions. My heart goes out to you. And PewdiePie, you want your life to get better? You want YouTube to be less depressing? Stop being an asshole.